doing a little something. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, that was so odd because it was like the hour and a half mark. It wasn't even a whole 2 hour. Hello, Renee. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, Lula.
We had to restart the live for those of you that are just coming in. However, we got into a beautiful, nice, conversation in regards to, we went to so many different
So many different.
dimensions, to be
Oh,
honest, but it was more about like conflict resolution and whatnot.
yeah.
What's the word for today? Welcome back, Wisdom. Welcome, Lula. Welcome. Thank you all for coming back in. So we're just gonna try to wrap this up, like Sandra was saying. We got cut off in the middle of the sentence, but essentially we were talking about what was the last thing we were talking about? I know it was conflict resolutions,
It was
but
it was about
unconditional love and love.
unconditional love and and sitting at the seat of your soul when you're having if you're trying to have a resolution between conflict, no matter whether, and it doesn't mean that it only has to be a love interest. It can be with your mother, your father, it could be with your sister, your brother, it could be with a co-worker or your boss, it could be with sitting, being a Democrat, kind of, going and trying to think, well, should I really be a Republican? Am I doing this all wrong? It's sitting at the seat of your soul and asking your higher being or your soul what it came here to experience, and at least recall this, that your higher being has come from a realm where it has experienced the all and the nothing. So therefore, the reason why it has given us the polarity of duality is that it wants to experience higher polarities and lower polarities. It wants to experience it all. So if you're finding yourself in conflict with yourself, not necessarily other people, because if you're in conflict with other people, you have to look at that mirror and say, what do I see in them that I see in me? And then go sit with yourself and be brave enough to ask yourself, your higher being, what did you come here to experience? That means that when you're asking your embodied self, that means you're going into the depths of the unknown, because that's what your ego is saying. I don't know that place. I don't know that place that you're taking me. And your ego is kind of like, think of it as holding your arm back when a kid doesn't want mommy to go out the door and they're holding on to the legs or whatnot. Don't go out there. That's what your unconscious mind is doing when you're embarking into that area of your higher being. But there's a reason why you've acknowledged that there's conflict in your life with somebody. There's a reason why you acknowledge that conflict hurts you, or is irritating to you, or is pushing you up against a wall, and all you want to do is break free and run. So go to the safest place for you, which is your higher being. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is take maybe that 5 minutes to get there, because in that 5 minutes of taking deep breaths and trying to get to a quiet state, your ego is going to say, but you got to go here. You left the water running. Oh no, we got to pee. Oh no, man, I've been waiting to shit the whole day and now it's happening, right? And I mean, I'm getting kind of vulgar with that because that's what we think when we're meditating. All those things that occur that your ego brings up in front of you, right? For you to just sit. And all it takes is 5 minutes to ask your higher being, why did that happen? Why did that exist for me? Why did I see that? What are you expecting from me? Right? Because the higher being is expecting that you're going to have a experience. It doesn't expect a negative or positive from the experience. It expects that you're going to feel that.
Mhm.
That's the gift for you, that you get to feel it. And then you get to have resolve from whatever you're feeling, because you get to make another choice. That's
Mhm.
what free will is called. At least how it flows with me. It might not flow with you the same way, but go check it out and find out how free will flows with you. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
if it's different, because that's the alignment. Finding out how your free will flows for you. And then we don't have to be in agreement what shows up for you. That's for you, not for
Mhm.
not for goddess, not for me, but for you. That's
Mhm.
why I'm always saying, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It doesn't have to be accurate. It just has to be movement.
Mhm. I love what you were sharing. And for those that maybe have started off with watching this part, I invite you to watch the first part, as I mentioned earlier, and just to kind of forsake time and everything that we're talking about, that was one of the reasons why. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the 40 days and 40 nights that I'm going to be putting out there. It starts on August 4th. The deadline for it though is August 1st. Just so I can have it's a small intimate setting, but essentially the whole purpose of that is there's going to be fasting, there's going to be meditations, there's going to be certain activations and exercises that's day and night. And these exercises are for you to it's 40 days and 40 nights reunion to source is what it's called. And that's what the divine gave it to me. And I was like, I love that. Reunion to source is so beautiful. And so some of the there's gonna be breath work, right? And there's gonna be certain mudras and asanas and all these things are essentially for you to get reacquainted with your inner chi. So when you mentioned that, I'm like, that's funny because every year, last year was the first year that I would do a goddess inner chi workshop every year in January. And so this year that passed, I didn't do the goddess inner chi workshop. That's usually a 7-day workshop when I do that one. Um but essentially the 40 days and 40 nights is it's really allowing you to reconnect with your energy daily and see how it plays out for you day in and day out. And so it's day and night. There are certain exercises, like I said, and affirmations and things that we will be doing. If you're interested in that and learning more in, like, connecting with your energy, learning how to body scan, learning how to create an energy ball with your own energy to do certain healings with yourself and really allow yourself. There's going to be an opening ceremony, a closing ceremony. And so the opening ceremony is just us putting in our prayers and intentions for the next 40 days and introducing ourselves to the small group. And there is different types of fastings. And the reason why Source did the fastings the way that it is because this is for people, souls, that's in any level, whether they are advanced, intermediate, beginners. It's a reunion with source, and it's essentially resetting the mind, the body, the spirit, because there's so much stimulation that occurs there that sometimes we don't realize that we may be quote unquote triggered or hello abundant sister, beautiful sexy spirit, official sexy spirit TV parish. um Essentially
Hi,
there
Gina.
sometimes people are triggered. Oh, hi Gina. I didn't see her come in either. It's not letting me who's coming see who's coming in and out. So for those of you that's coming in, I apologize. But what I was going back to finishing my sentence is there's gonna be times when you may be holding on to other people's energy and not realizing that you aren't even that's not even your energy that you've been latching onto. And so you're feeling a sense of anxiety or frustration, and this is causing conflict within your own temple, within the own sacredness of your mind, of your energy, of your spirit, and saying, words are triggering certain emotions and certain things, and it's because of indoctrinations, and it's because of he said and she said and the meaning of this and that. And the truth is, like, in your soul, you may not even feel that way. And so the 40 days and 40 nights is to really recalibrate and rejuvenate with your source, with whether the source of your wholeness and oneness, of your divinity, of your creation and your existence, that makes your heart beat every moment and your body breathe in every moment. If that's a God, goddess, great grand creator, high universe, whatever you want to call it, you are essentially going to be reuniting with yourself in these 40 days and 40 nights. So we're going to do the opening prayers and intentions for everyone. In there, we're going to do the icebreakers, introducing ourselves in there. And then the closing ceremony is going to be wrapping everything up. In between then, again, there's going to be daily affirmations. There's going to be exercises and reflections, so that ending your day reflecting and resolving and releasing and letting go for restoration, so you can rest in peace, rise in power in the morning, but rest in peace when you go to bed at night. And so there's going to be those daily exercises, and there's a total of 8 meditation. There's going to be intermediate fasting, there's going to be fruit fasting, there's going to be a social media fasting, to really allow yourself to be unconvoluted with all the stimulus of social media, okay? So that you can really think your thoughts, and also know that sometimes you're picking up thoughts that you didn't create. Those thoughts. Those thoughts were in the ethers. It was in the air for those that are in tune with the frequency to pick up, but to be able to connect with the different versions of yourself, right? Then there's going to be a juice fast and a water fast. And so there's different types of fastings. And if you want the details for that, the love offering is only $44, y'all. And I know a lot of you that may be following Sandra, don't know about my services too much and whatnot, but usually it's over.
Click that arrow up there, let it drop down, follow Goddess, and then go to her page, find out all about her. She's got
Thank you.
everything there. If you're not understanding, DM her. Ask, we're talking about
I have
embodying
free
questions.
consultations that are 15 minutes long for those of you who want to do like a discovery call. On the link in my bio, there's a schedule. You can schedule yourself there with the time slots that are available, and we can have a discovery call. We can do that free consultation. If it's about the 40 days and 40 nights, yes, I invite you to DM me with any of your questions. I do have a video on YouTube. So I could just send you the video where it has the details, which I just kind of shared with you all as well. But if you have further information with it, I'm going more thorough in it for those that are investing. Essentially, this investment is for yourself. This investment is a love offering that's cycling with you, that these tools will last with you forever. This is something that you're gonna be so connect. The whole point of it is reunion to source, where you're gonna come to a space of breathing into your knowing, breathing into your remembrance, right? There's different breath works that we're gonna be doing to channel different the etheric body, the emotional body, the mental body. We are gonna be going in. Okay. And so that love offering of $44, you're taking with you a lifetime of wisdom and tools that you can utilize forever, and that you may not need to go to me or anyone else outside of you. And again, even if you are an advanced soul, maybe there's certain breath works that you never experienced to tap into your emotional body, to really do a deep, thorough, energetic cleansing of your emotions in there. And so now you're not as triggered with your sister, your brother, your mother, your neighbor, your cousin, your social media platform, people who have criticisms and opinions about you, because your emotions and your mind and your body and your spirit is centered and recalibrated and reunited with the wholeness, the totality of your being. We're all in different places. So even me, I still learn, even though I have a lot to offer others, I'm still forever learning and growing as well. And
Me
so
too.
when I asked Source, I said, Source, who is this for? Source said for all souls, because everybody, everybody somewhere has something that they are dealing with. And that
Everybody.
means that there's in there, if you got into a space where you're able to not be in conflict with yourself in certain areas, but maybe there's a body part or something that you're having resistance in, you can learn that conflict resolution within yourself. And that's why that the whole 40 days and 40 nights, me bringing in this conversation, is because, again, having that outer and inner body experience that occurred earlier today, and being able to breathe and deal with the situation accordingly, that came with a lot of practice prior to that situation already. From there, I can't see any comments or anything
Uh,
like that. So um,
Gina J just gave us a couple of, I believe those are crowns with a heart, a white heart. And she underscore can't underscore be me only one just came into the room. So, but
but yeah, I was sharing that because, there's people, and this is the thing about conflict resolution, confrontation, agreements, disagreements, energy. You're going to experience that at every phase of your life, from the moment that you were born to the moment that you transition. Not to say that you have to be in the resistance of it all the time, or angry about it or something like that. But even when your parents came together and the semen was ejaculated, there were so many sperm cells that was ejaculated in there, but it wasn't until the one that was confronted with through the egg that had to rejoice itself for that creation process to occur. It confronted the other ones, and moved. It did the race that it needed to do. With when there's a will, there's a way, and with that comes might, and that might is stronger than the fear. And when you have fear, in that fear, if you let that fear be destructive, that then you become a dead sperm cell, right? And it's like, what's the point with that there? But when you want your life to constantly be fertilized, when you want your energy to constantly grow and reproduce something beautiful for yourself, you allow yourself to say, okay, I feel like I'm breathing shallow today. You have to allow yourself to know how to
DJ
body.
Soul Good, DJ Soul Good says, "Where there's a will, there's a way."
Absolutely. And so, we're going to be doing body scans and learning how to scan the body to see if there's any discomfort. And it's to say, okay, if I feel a pain in my ankle or my knee or my lower back, that doesn't mean that I don't love myself fully. It just means that I need to love myself more, maybe, or I need to let go. Maybe I'm holding on to somebody else's opinion or somebody else's energy. It don't even have to be that somebody. Let me share something really quick, right? Sometimes with empaths, they absorb so much energy that they don't realize that they're holding onto other people's energies that's not theirs. and then they're wondering why they're feeling funky or iffy, or they having a mood swing, or they're experiencing a body pain, or sometimes you're connecting with spirit guides because you're exploring your clears, right? And so now you want to talk to the spirits in the room and XYZ. And maybe these spirits had, I'm gonna be honest, when I started working with my ancestors, I felt like I was gonna die, because one of the ancestors that came through, they died from a heart attack, and I felt like I was experiencing a heart attack. And it wasn't that the spirit was trying to kill me or anything like that. It was that I was so sensitive to the information and the energetic exchange that was occurring, that I could feel the actual moment of their transition and everything like that, because they were letting me know about matters of the hearts and the family details and stuff like that. But had I not had that awareness, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this is a demon or this and that, or I would have felt like there was something wrong with me. I'm healthy. I don't have heart issues.
Right.
I don't. And so there was another time I remember during CV, I never used to wear masks, even in government official buildings. So I remember I'm going into a government official building. Everybody there got masks and everything like that. And I'm like, well, a mandatory is not law. So I'm going to go in. And I went in, and I didn't have my mask. And this woman was so upset that I didn't have a mask. And although she did not say anything to me, her eyes, her glare, and her energy being projected out to me was through behind. She was behind me. And I didn't know. And all I can feel all of a sudden, this like burning, aching pain that was just like, it was just so discomfort. It was uncomfortable. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I turn around and I see it in her eyes. And I was like, oh, so I shielded myself, right? So whatever, I continue with my appointment. They see me. I do what I gotta do, and then I come out, and when I come out of the building, I'm still experiencing this pain, but it's getting worse by the moment, right? And I'm like, I didn't come into this space with this energy, and I know that I don't suffer from this type of pain, so I know that this is not mine, but I have the awareness. So when I got back, I went out to nature, I scanned my energy, I connected with a tree. The tree and I released a lot of the energies, but I didn't fully release it yet. I released, I want to say maybe 90% of it. And so I released about 90% of it. And then I realized, like, as time was going on, I was still holding on to some of the energy. I said, okay, is this mine? Like, let me sit with it. And I just kept getting flashes of this woman as I'm scanning and breathing. And I said, okay, when I started to command the energy that was not mine out of my body and to be transformed, I literally, like, spirit, I just felt the energy just like coming out of me, and I could feel this one part resisting. And I was like, okay. So I went, and spirit guided me to a specific massager who does energy work as well. So I said, okay. So I go, because this woman, she had a terminal illness. And so it was like an energetic dump of her energy trying to latch onto my energy to help feed her in that space. And so we did the clearing. As soon that breakthrough, when I tell you, it was like breaking a glass or like popping open in my Muladhara, my root chakra, and it popped open, and literally the grass and the trees, because we did it out in nature, right? So we were in a backyard, in a private space, but out in nature. And as soon as it popped, one of the girls, her son, seen it from the window. He's seen this entity fly out, and it runs through the trees. And so then I started doing the prayers and the commandments, and it stopped running, and it looked at me, and I transformed the energy with love to return back to source for the highest, to be neutralized, and to be transformed and to be neutralized and transformed for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And with that, I released it with love. And when I did that, it literally went from looking like this odd entity to a sense of like gratitude and thank you, and it just disappeared. And all of a sudden, my menstrual cycle just starts coming down. But I
Mhm.
knew it wasn't necessarily my menstrual cycle because it was early, but it was the release, the energetic release that occurred. Now, had I not been an awareness, I could say, okay, that was me resisting, or I could say that was a spiritual attack, whether it was conscious or subconscious. Nonetheless, things was what it was, but I love myself so much to do the energy work to transmute any energies that's not mine, so I could restore myself to my sovereignty, so I could restore myself to be in the wholeness of oneness of my true divinity, and allow others to be in their true divinity as well, so that I don't have to experience what they are experiencing. I could love you unconditionally from a distance while honoring the sacredness of my temple.
Right.
In that, you do not have the right to hijack and mount me. You do not have the right to connect with me in that way. If I choose to connect with you in that way, then that is different, right? And so that's where when we don't know how to connect with ourselves in that way, or we are people pleasing and over giving of our love, extending ourselves in that way with other people, to the point where our thoughts become distorted because now they're based on other people's opinions. Our throat chakras are like, not they're resisting speaking some truths, or talking in a certain type of way, for whatever reason. Our heart is feeling heavy and tight and stressed, and it could be as simple of you're stressed out because of your bills, or you're stressed out because the apparition of finances in your reality, or you're stressed out because of a family member or a breakup or something like that, or maybe somebody is trying to taint your name, creating a defamation of character or something, whatever the case may be. You can choose to be in the conflict of that energy subconsciously or consciously, in that, and do nothing about it, or you can allow yourself to do the energetic clearings, be responsible, get to know your energy. Get to know your energy and recalibrate yourself accordingly as necessary. Allow yourself to breathe back into your core, into your center. Allow yourself to learn from the experience rather than judging the experience. Okay, why? If somebody was triggered, why am I judging their triggers? That ain't none of my fucking business.
Business.
Why am I
Right.
making it my business? Or
Right.
why does it matter if somebody's in agreement or disagreements with you? Like what? Like asking yourself these questions, right? So not all these questions are going to be in the 40 days and 40 nights. I'm just giving y'all this in general,
Right.
right? But that's why I brought up the 40 days and 40 nights, is because it doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. There's going to be a moment when your soul wants you to dive into another space, and if you're guided, allow yourself to trust yourself, because you don't know. As tedious, like I was saying, like one of the questions was so tedious, and I laughed, and I was like, and you know what, source was like, that can go as deep or as shallow as the person with the consciousness
Yeah.
allows, because this is essentially about you. It ain't about me. It ain't about anybody else that's going to be involved in there. It's how deep do you want to go back with you, reuniting with source? How are you going to answer this seemingly tedious question? So I said, I answered it on a shallow, like, level. So I went back to the question. I said, you know what? Let me really deeply contemplate this. And went, so it unlocked another version of me to where I was just in so much gratitude. I literally just had so much abundance and compliments and everything. Mind you, I was like, that wasn't my intentions. My intentions was to just learn more. Like, you're saying that this could go deeper than what it appears. So let me dive deeper. And in diving deeper, I essentially dove deeper into my energy and like started unlocking parts of myself, and with that level of love, the magnetism came so much faster. The manifestations came so much faster. The conflict resolutions came so much faster, because now what happens is I went so deep in love with myself that even when people think that they're about to challenge me, they are dismantled before the process even
Yeah.
begins, because the frequency of love and light is bigger, is grander than that.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't even occur. It doesn't become an energetic resonance into my frequency. It's not to say that I still don't have moments like I mentioned earlier in part one with the car. Clearly that there was an issue there that occurred,
Mm-hmm.
but how it
There
was
was a
handled was
vibratory
conflict.
connective connectiveness between your energy and the person that was driving the car that brought it right into that nowness, right? There was something that was occurring that the forms didn't know about, but the
And it was
beingness
1:11 on the clock, by the way, when that
when
happened.
okay, yeah. So everybody, there's a part one to this. The soul conversation, the podcast got cut off at about an hour and almost an hour and a half. I did go ahead and it took me a minute or two, and I saved it, and I saved it
Okay.
as a part one. So, and I listed you as a collaborator. So this
Thank
is part two. I will go in and title this correctly, and I will list you as a part two um, as well.
you.
So anyone kind of trying to piece together what we're talking about right now, if you want to go back and watch that part one, then you'll go, you'll have that, Oprah Winfrey wasn't the only one that gets to have an aha moment, baby. You'll have that aha, right? So, and I figure as long as she's sharing, we'll keep it open. We're about an hour and 45 minutes on this one. And
Oh wow.
hey, I'm telling you, when you
Already?
having
That was
fun, when,
no way. That was 40 minutes. We started at
no,
around four. It's been about 40 minutes for
yeah,
me.
for me, it's 1:40. So I thought we started about
Oh, you saying
one-ish,
from the
but
beginning, the beginning time that we started with part one?
no, with part two,
No, so at part two, tell you right now, I swore we started at like 4:04. I'm pretty sure.
4:04. Okay,
I'll
so
tell you.
1:04. Okay, so
Yeah,
40
so
minutes.
around 4:04, and it's 4:41 right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're,
Okay.
we're we're and then there's four people here. So it's divine time. It's we're still on time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sweating, and I just want to say thank you so much, Sandra, for even allowing you to host this platform, to allow not just me, but all the beautiful souls that you bring onto this platform to be able to share, not only share services, because it's not even about sharing services, it's about sharing their story. It's about sharing the energy of truth, the energy of lights, the energy of love in it, and saying, hey, you know what, this may be their truth, it may not be your truth, and take what resonates, leave the rest behind, whatever the case may be. But giving the opportunity for those of us who do have things to share with the collective, to have a place to share it as well, besides our own platforms and audience and whatnot, just so it can create that massive abundant ripple out to the universe for all to essentially connect with their highest self and be in alignment with that which is going to honor and serve their highest and greatest good. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, and I'm gonna receive, the divine says, receive it, Sandy. I'm gonna receive it with unconditional love and thanks for that. Now I'm going to let everyone know that Soul Talk with Sandy M is going to be live tomorrow. It is going to be live streamed. I'm hoping that it will be live streamed on IG and YouTube. It is a new project that I'm going to tell you, the divine, I keep putting this on the back burner and the divine keeps pushing it to the front burner. I keep going, no, I'm not ready. And the divine goes, yes, you are. And
we spoke about the ready and the conflict earlier in part one.
In part one. And so, yes, I'm ready. So tomorrow, live streaming, Saturday, 3:00 p.m. It will be live. Join me, all right, for this. This will be the second part of the maiden voyage. The first maiden voyage didn't go correctly as planned, but that's all right. It still got processed and part of Soul Talk with Sandy M, which is also my second page. You can join me on my second page. It is private, so you do have to request. That's all right. I just want to the divine is giving me information on how to use that platform. I'm quite sure it's going to open up and it's not going to be private, but we're going to let the divine do the thing. I'm not going to jump in I'm not going to get in my own way, right? So these are all the things. The next thing is that Star Meditations with Sandra is going to be on a one-on-one. It's going to be on Thursdays. You can make appointments with me to do a one-on-one, and it's going to be either an hour. You can choose an hour, or you can choose 30 minutes. It's up to you. And I will be putting out a flyer and eventually getting bold enough to do a what do you call that? A commercial with myself. I don't know what they call them. They call that something different on the platform. But these are all the things that I am working on. And I choose, if you look at my stories, I choose to share other people's information on my stories because I believe that's what my story is for. It's for growth and it's for expansion. It's for people to be able to assimilate and acclimate and anchor in to their growth. And I believe that's what I'm here to do. I believe that's what I'm called to do. So it's not for me to know. I don't want to know where you end up, but I want to know that you are okay in doing what you need to do for you to grow and expand in this whole glorious process. Being an intuitive, I never knew how much I care for people. I never knew how much I just care for you. I don't even need to see who you are in this expanse of all the over 8 billion people in the world. I just know I know you. I know I feel you. I know I want you to grow, and I know I want you to expand. I know that I want you to evolve. And Earth Consciousness, she feels every one of you. She is here so that you can grow and expand. She loves having you on her body called planet Earth.
Yeah, and I love that she started off with part one with the downloads of the beach and the volcanoes and everything, like through us, and even with Raymel, who was here earlier. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Earth
Mhm.
consciousness knows she has no boundaries. And
Mhm.
she set none for us. We put all those boundaries there. We put all those boundaries on a map and said, oh, I live here and you live there. But Earth consciousness said, I don't have any boundaries.
Mhm.
Earth consciousness said, I can heal myself. All I want you to know is that I'm doing it. So when I
Mhm.
shake a little, oh yeah, and it might happen in California a lot more than it happens somewhere else. But when I shake a little, that's me shaking a knot out of my leg. When I
Mhm.
release a little lava, that's I'm allowing my blood to flow.
Mhm.
When I
Mhm.
blow a little wind and I have a little twister, that's me clearing my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
Right? And the consciousness of Earth says, you just happen to be in my way while I'm doing it, but it's okay. Because all of the information that you have can move you out of the way. But if you want to be stubborn and not move, you certainly can stay there.
And
But I
she'll huff
still,
and she'll puff and she'll wipe you out.
yeah,
And but that goes into the whole discernment thing and trusting, and I love that. And I want to say thank you to everyone also who stood for part 1 and part 2. I want to say thank you to all of you, and those of you who just came in this part as well. Thank you for allowing yourself to listen to your soul to bring you here, right? Essentially, like, you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and you're having this shared earthly experience with us here in this space. And I invite y'all to just take a moment. If we could just take a moment and just breathe. Can we do that? Yeah,
yes, we can.
I love to
Yes,
have
we
those
can.
moments of breathing. All right, so just allow yourself to close your eyes wherever you're at. If you're standing, if you're sitting, if you're in a car, just maybe pull over or something. Just take a moment and close your eyes here. And don't overthink. You don't even have to just let whatever goes in and out go in and out. No controlling, just being focused, and breathe naturally here. Noticing your inhales naturally and your exhales naturally. Okay. And now we're going to take a conscious inhale here into the now moment that I am. Hold, observe, exhale into the now moment that I am. Hold the exhale and observe. And taking another inhale into this now moment of all that I am. And exhale, I am all that I am. And knowing that in this now moment, all things are possible, and therefore I am capable of all things. Taking a deep inhale here. Holding and integrating all the infinite possibilities of all that could exist in your reality for you in this now moment. Hold and just feel. And exhale all the possibilities and trusting and knowing that I am all that I am. You are an infinite creator, as I am the infinite creator, and we are one in wholeness and completion. All things are possible and all your needs are provided for you at all timelines, rounds, and dimensions of your existence. In this now moment, you have access to receive the lavish abundance of the universe, to be fortunate with your good health, good wealth, and all your desires being provided in divine alignment for your highest and greatest frequency, for the highest and greatest good of all. Allowing, we're going to take one more inhale, allowing all that is an infinite potential of your divine greatness and highest timeline in this now moment to be integrated with that lavish abundance of the universe and the richness and the supports and everything, the healthy, meaningful connections, the resources, the stability, the benefits, the everything that you could ever think of here in this now moment. Taking a deep inhale, holding it, integrating. As you're holding, I want to give thanks to each and every cell, every organ, every molecule, every atom, every essence of your being, serving and honoring your highest and greatest good in all timelines, rounds, and dimensions of your existence, honoring all versions of your protection, of your safety, of your spirit guides, and taking a deep exhale into the now moment. And so it is complete in the receptivity and the deliverance of all that is. Ashe, Aho, Amen. And when you are ready, you could allow yourself to open your eyes.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ashe. I love you. I love you. Allowing to release the resistance, be in the acceptance of the great grand creation and creator that is here with us at all times.
Ooh.
Thank you.
So much release. Ooh.
Mhm.
我如果那给我先那多，没有错，那给那学那的给些那也说，啊，就说那个呀，是那图啊，那去库那些说那个啊，些那多。endo ku aje se so loku u shishu ku aje sa ya so
Yes.
sa to ku a here aje sho ku a
Mhm.
so to ku a ne ki na he uch
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
uch
Mhm. I love you. I thank you for allowing yourself to be here. Because, like I say, y'all could have been anywhere here,
yes
but we are here right now. I am all that I am. You are here. We are one. And may you continue to have a great, divine, abundance day that's serving and honoring your highest and greatest good. And be in the juice of it and in the yumminess of it. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are being delivered everything for you. And so it is good. It is good. It is good. You are good. God is good. Soul is good. And take what resonates, leave the rest behind.
leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for joining me. Soul Conversations with Sandra. This day, this is the second part. Everything will be I rushed to make sure I did the first part so that I would know which was what, right? So everything will be in replay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being wholeness. Thank you for being mm, mm, deliciously part of this wondrous collaboration. The collaboration is you. It is. It's not just Soul Awakening with Sandra or Goddesses Switching the Codes. It is you. It is part of all that is and that is not. It is what makes me shed tears right now. It is what makes me give love through abundance, through everything that is and is not. You are the wholeness that is me. You are the wholeness that is Angelique. You are the wholeness that is the divine, that is moving in and through everything that is and is not. You were brought here for purpose.
Mhm.
Shine your light, shine your purpose. Thank
Beam
you.
up.
Beam me up, Scotty. Thank you. Thank you. Love you.
Love everyone.
One love.
Wholeness.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's right, Gina. Grand purpose. So, everyone have a glorious weekend. Tap into the cosmic universe that is within you. You know that you are the cosmic, glorious star aspect of the divine, right? Scientists already figured it out that you are a human walking atom bomb. Imagine what you can do with intention plus that energy that you have, that you are. Go sit at the seat of your soul and ask your divine you what you came to do. Seek it out. Give it intention. Sprinkle your energy in it, and then go create it. Love, peace, intention, shifting, and evolution. It's yours. Thank you.